everyone, and a very big welcome to the online event Jawsome Sharks for the Let's Talk Science Festival. My name is Geraldine and I work in the Education Department at the National Museum of Ireland Natural History. We are delighted to be a part of the festival for Science Week, and a big thank you to the Rediscovery Centre for inviting us on board. If you happen to be watching from the Rediscovery Centre in Ballymun right now, I want to say a special hello to you all, and thanks for joining us today, and I hope you have a fun day there. This is a pre-recorded event, but if you do have a question, please pop it into the YouTube chat, and I, my future self, will get back to you via the comments as soon as I can. Or if you happen to have a favourite shark, please do let us know and shout it out in the comments too. So, for Science Week, we decided to celebrate sharks. And in today's event, we're going to explore how cool they are, but we're also going to look at the important role they play in the environment. Hopefully, by the end of the event, you'll think, if you don't already, that sharks are Jawsome. So, what exactly will we be exploring and looking at today? Well, you might have noticed that behind me, I have some of our handling collections. It's all shark themed today, and we'll get a closer look at that later. Very soon, we're going to share a video with you that will bring you inside the museum so that you can see for yourself some of the sharks that are on display. Today, we will meet some species or types of sharks living around our coastlines, but we will also explore sharks in general, especially their adaptations or superpowers, as I like to call them. And heads up, before the end of the event, we will put you to the test with a short true or false quiz. So make sure to keep your eyes and your ears open, as it will help you to answer the questions later. Now, as you might have guessed, I'm a big fan of sharks. There are just so many different types. In fact, there are over 500 sharks living around the world in the oceans today. Sharks have been living on this planet for a very long time. There are shark fossils, the remains of sharks from long ago, that are over 400 million years old. That means they are older than the first trees. It also means they have been around before the time of the dinosaurs. And then when all the dinosaurs went extinct and died out 65 million years ago, sharks, on the other hand, or fin, survived. Today's sharks come in many different shapes and sizes. The largest is a gentle giant, the whale shark. Not only the biggest shark, but the biggest fish in the world. They are huge, bigger than you and me. The smallest shark in the world, when fully grown, could actually fit in the palm of my hand. In Ireland, we have some of the largest, rarest and fastest sharks in the whole world, swimming around our island right now. At the museum, we have some of these sharks on display. Let's meet them. Enjoy this short video, and I'll see you back here very soon. At the National Museum of Ireland Natural History, there are lots of different types of fish on display, including sharks. Inside the museum, there is a cabinet where you can see lots of different types or species of shark found around the Irish coast. Nearby, you can also take a peek at their closest living relatives, the rays, skates and chimeras. Did you know that there are many different types of sharks in Irish waters? In fact, there are about 35 types of shark, 29 skate and ray, and 7 chimera, also known as rabbitfish. Let's take a closer look at what's on display. This large and stocky shark is called a porbeagle. It was netted outside Dunleary Harbour on the south side of Dublin in 1893, 128 years ago. Today, it's very unlikely to see a porbeagle in Irish waters, as they are critically endangered. This means that they are very rare and at risk of going extinct or dying out. Can you see the thresher shark's long whip-like tail? It's nearly as long as its body. It uses its tail to stun and catch a tasty feed of fish. This thresher shark was caught off Ballymun in County Cork in 1890. This is an angel shark. Can you see how its body is shaped very differently to other sharks? It has a flattened body and fins that look like wings. This helps it to blend into the sandy seabed where it waits in ambush for prey, such as flatfish and crabs. In the past, they were a common sight in places like Tralee Bay in County Kerry. There was even an important breeding ground there where baby angel sharks were born. In recent years, few have been seen there and the shark is now at risk of disappearing from the Irish coast forever. The basking shark is the largest fish in Irish waters. This basking shark on display at the museum was caught off Inishbofin Island in 1870, over 150 years ago. It is nearly 8 metres long, but they can grow about 12 metres. That's longer than a double-decker bus. Sharks are important predators or hunters that help keep Irish waters healthy. They do this by keeping fish stocks in good condition. Irish species like the porbeagle, thresher, angel shark and basking shark are all threatened with extinction and are very sensitive to issues like overfishing, pollution and the climate crisis. It's time to stand up for sharks. To find out more, visit the museum's website and explore the sharks and all the other fish on display using the 3D virtual viewer. Welcome back! I hope you enjoyed meeting the different species or types of sharks and their friends, the rays, skates and chimeras. Were you surprised to hear that we have 35 different species of shark in Ireland? I wonder, did you spot your favourite shark on display? Remember, if you have a question or a favourite shark, please do share it in the comments. Now, you might remember in the video, it said that sharks are a type of fish. But what makes them different to other fish? Well, one of their most important differences is to do with their skeleton. Most fish skeletons are made of bone, just like ours. Shark jaws and the rest of their skeleton is not made of bone. Instead, it's made of cartilage, just like our squidgy noses here and our flexible ears. This shark jaw is made of cartilage, but it's dried out, so it feels hard to touch. But cartilage is lighter and more flexible than bone, so that means that sharks are lighter and they can stay afloat easier in the water and they can swim faster. Sharks are known for their sharp teeth. And another way they are different from other types of fish is that every shark has several rows of teeth on its jaw. I can count 5 rows on this shark jaw. We only have 2 rows of teeth, so we need to take good care of them. But sharks constantly replace their teeth and can have thousands in their lifetime. Sometimes they even swallow an old tooth to recycle the nutrients and minerals like calcium. But just to add, not all shark teeth look or work the same. Some species have pointed teeth for grabbing slippery fish. Others have razor sharp teeth for hunting larger animals like seals. And other sharks have really flat teeth for breaking open shellfish. Even the filter feeding sharks, like the very large basking shark we saw earlier, that filters tiny plankton from the seawater. And they still have teeth, but they're so small that the shark doesn't use them for feeding. Instead of teeth, the basking shark has gill rakers. This is a gill raker on display in the museum. Make sure to take a closer look at it, as you might need to remember what they look like later on. Another important feature that makes shark different from other fish are its gills. Fish use gills to breathe air or oxygen underwater. Most fish, like this mackerel, have 1 gill opening on each side of their body, but sharks have between 5 and 7 gill slits on each side of their body, just behind their heads. Now we know how to tell a shark from a different type of fish. Let's look now at their incredible adaptations or superpowers. Over many millions of years, sharks have changed or adapted to suit where they live in their environment, the sea. Superpower number 1. Sharks have denticles. If you were to pet a shark from head to tail, it would feel smooth. But if you were to rub it in the opposite direction, it would feel like sandpaper. In fact, many years ago, people actually used shark skin as sandpaper. Sharks don't have scales like other fish. Instead, their skin is made up of millions of tiny denticles. Under a microscope, the denticles look a little bit like teeth. So sharks basically have teeth skin. This is a unique adaptation that all sharks have, but depending on the species, the denticles are different shapes and have different functions or use. So many sharks, like the thresher shark, have overlapping denticles that are specially shaped so that the water flows easily over the shark as it swims. This helps to increase their speed and silently too. Threshers are really fast swimmers. The bramble shark, on the other hand, is a slow-moving shark. Its denticles are much larger and more thorn-like in shape. These denticles are an adaptation to help protect the shark's skin from getting badly scratched as it swims close to the seabed, and it also protects it from things like parasites so it doesn't get sick. Superpower number 2. Sharks have a sixth sense. Humans have 5 senses. Most of us can smell, hear, touch, taste, and see. Sharks have these 5 senses too, but they are also electroreceptive. This means that they can feel electrical signals from other animals. All animals, when they move their muscles, give off electrical signals. When a fish is swimming in the water, the shark can sense the electrical signals a kilometre away, and this helps it to hunt its prey. Sharks also use electroreception to navigate and travel around the world. Some sharks travel vast distances and never get lost. Do you remember the poor beagle shark from the video? Well, a few years ago, scientists were studying the rare poor beagles living off the coast of Ireland, and they put special satellite tags on the sharks to track their movements. And it turns out they do a lot of swimming. One young male swam all the way from Ireland to North Africa. That's about 2,400 kilometres away. If I tried to swim from Ireland to North Africa, it would take me 31 days of non-stop swimming, and you can bet I would get lost. The poor beagle shark, on the other hand, uses electroreception to sense the Earth's magnetic field, meaning it can swim great distances in search of food and mates and not get lost. There are so many interesting facts about sharks that I just can't cover them all today. We haven't even spoken about the fact that sharks lay eggs, they have an excellent sense of smell, and that the Greenland shark can live to the ripe old age of 400 years. Do you have a favourite shark superpower or fact? If so, why not pop it into the YouTube chat? It could be something I've already mentioned, or perhaps it's a brand new fact. Please share them with us. It's now time for the Jawsome Shark Quiz. Watch and listen to the next short video. In it there will be 5 true or false questions. Once you have an answer, why not shout it out and then wait to see if you get it correct. Good luck. Welcome to the Jawsome Shark Quiz. There are 5 questions in total. For each one, the answer will either be true or false. Are you ready? Question 1. Sharks lay eggs. True or false? The answer is true. These are shark egg cases. This one belongs to the lesser spotted dogfish, a type of shark that is oviparous, meaning it lays eggs. Just think, there was once a little baby shark or pup developing inside this egg before it hatched out and swam away. Question 2. Sharks can lose up to 30,000 teeth in their lifetime. True or false? The answer is true. Can you see the many rows of teeth inside the shark jaw? Sharks are constantly losing and replacing their teeth. This adaptation of replacing old teeth with new means the shark always has jawsome sharp teeth for hunting their food or prey. Question 3. This tooth belongs to Ireland's largest fish, the basking shark. True or false? The answer is false. Basking sharks do have teeth, but they are so small it's hard to see them. This is a fossil tooth that belongs to an extinct species of shark called Megalodon. The tooth is about the same size as my hand, and it is believed that its jaw could reach over 3 meters wide, enough room to fit 2 adults comfortably inside. Question 4. By looking at the shape and size of shark teeth, you can tell what type of food they eat. True or false? The answer is true. Shark teeth come in many different shapes and sizes, depending on what the shark's favourite food is. Can you see the teeth along the shark's jaw? They are pointed and have a jagged saw-like edge. Teeth like this are perfect for catching prey, such as fish, seals, and even sea turtles. Are you ready for the final question? Question 5. This gill raker is what a basking shark uses to filter its food. True or false? The answer is false. This is actually whale baleen. Instead of teeth, the whale uses the bristly baleen plates to filter and swallow tiny animals like krill, plankton and small fish from the water. Basking sharks are filter feeders too, but instead of baleen, they have gill rakers. When feeding, these gentle giants open their jaws wide and use the brush-like gill rakers to strain tiny sea creatures from the water. Thanks for playing the Jawsome Shark Quiz. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed the Jawsome Shark Quiz. Were you excited to see the Megalodon tooth? Scientists think that the shark had 276 teeth lining their jaws. Wow. And that they had one of the most powerful bite forces of any predator to have ever existed on this planet. They went extinct about 2 million years ago, but these very large fossil teeth are proof of their existence. There are thousands of teeth in museums across the world, and as you can see in the image, we have a few too. Why do museums have so many shark teeth and sharks in their collections? Well, natural history museums are great places to visit on site or online to learn about the natural world. But they actually have another job or role to do. Natural history museums are like a special library or collection, full of animals and fossils for scientists to study and research. By studying this collection, scientists help to improve our understanding of the natural world. Today, we got to meet a few of the sharks and other fish on display in the museum, but overall in the collection, we have about 5,500 fish for scientists to study up close. But why do scientists need to study sharks? Well, unfortunately, sharks are facing their biggest challenge yet. Many sharks around the world, including Irish species like the poor beagle, the angel shark, and the basking shark, are at risk of going extinct, like the dinosaurs. Many sharks are under threat due to overfishing, pollution, the destruction of their home or habitat, and the climate crisis. But the good news is that many people are standing up for sharks. These top predators help to control the numbers of animals below them in the food web. In other words, what eats what in nature. Sharks are essential for keeping the marine environment in balance, and healthy oceans need healthy sharks. Scientists study sharks in the wild and in places like museums so that they can learn as much as possible about this fascinating fish, and their ultimate goal is to protect and conserve it in the wild. One thing you can do to help sharks is to be a bit more like a scientist. Learn as much as you can about sharks, or just your favourite shark, and share it with everyone, your school, your friends and your family. It's time for me to go now, but I just wanted to say one more big thank you to you all for joining the event today, and of course a big thank you to the Rediscovery Centre for hosting the fantastic Let's Talk Science Festival. If you want to learn more about sharks, why not visit our website, museum.ie, and download our free activities. We have the shark search word search, try saying that 10 times, as well as a lovely basking shark colouring in sheet. Unfortunately, the National Museum of Ireland Natural History is still closed at the moment for essential works, but you can visit online using the free 3D virtual visit and find the sharks on display for yourself. If you would like to learn more about sustainability and how to reduce, reuse and recycle more, why not visit the rediscoverycentre.ie and learn some tips on how you can make little changes every day to become more sustainable and help the sharks as well as the planet. I've one more favour to ask you all, which is please take 2 minutes to fill out the online feedback form that will be sent to you via Eventbrite if you registered for the event. Your feedback really helps to inform and improve our future programming. You can also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to never miss out on a future event. That's all for now, folks. Hope you have a very happy Science Week. Bye!